Welcome friends, I'm Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I've been working hard to get ready for the new catalog. It started June 1st, so we're already a couple of weeks into the catalog. I already showed you my tabs. I showed you my tabs before I could show you the inside of the catalog. I had my catalog spiral bound. I had clear sheets put in where the dividers are, so page 182. You will find colors, and it really is very helpful for me. These colors match the colors here. I also have my case slips. I just print this out on regular printer paper. I cut them all out and keep them alphabetical. So to cut them, I've got little light lines. You can probably just barely see. So I just cut out the border and then slice these up. They should slice up in alphabetical order. And then you can just take this slip and slide it in here. I want to point out, for a while Stampin' Up! Was putting the suggested blocks here, and I felt like this was a little bit redundant. But I noticed that they've stopped putting those blocks. So I have the recommended blocks. I have the page that you can find the stamp set in the catalog. And even though this is a clear mount stamp, I also have the wood mount number on here. And then this color coordinates with the catalog color tab. If the stamp coordinates with framelits or whatever, I put that on this stamp. For instance, A Little Wild coordinates with the Little Loves framelit, so I have that on here. I have product labels that you can print out on Avery 5167. I love these labels. I like to keep my framelits in the envelopes they come with. I put them on magnet sheets. I photocopy the framelits as soon as I get them. I found that if I print them on white paper, these look too much like the real thing, and so the colored paper helps me notice that I've got a piece missing. So I have the catalog and the page and the item, and also how many dies are in the set. I especially like these labels for the embossing folders since they don't have a name on it. I know exactly what they're called in the catalog. Same is true for the punch. I have not put my label on the Daisy punch yet, so I just look for my label. These are in alphabetical order and stick it on. And then I know that this is the Daisy punch. Also, again, what the number is and where I can find it in the catalog. I've made large labels for all the 12 by 12 paper and also the Designer Series paper packs. I also made these large labels for the kits and so forth. I have available some heavy-duty bags. These are really pretty sturdy bags, and they're reclosable. And so I have not yet put my labels on my paper stacks. So this is the Color Theory Designer Series paper stack. I just print these out on regular copy paper. I actually sized them for Avery labels, but I found that my printer did not like printing on that size label. It would get jammed up in my printer. And so I found that if I use Fast Fuse or tear and tape, it works great. On these, I also have the coordinating colors and all the specifics. I have case inserts for all kinds of things. Some people like to keep their thinlits and their embossing folders in these cases. I don't have enough room on my shelves right now, but I do keep my palette knives and a lot of my embellishments, my dimensionals. I have this available so you can keep your gold and your clear separately. I keep mine in the same case, so I've got both of them. All three of those forms are available. I love the way I keep my ink refills. It's so easy to find exactly what I need. And this sits up on my shelf, nice and neat. I have the watercolor pencils, and I did this insert a little different because it's it goes around the back. It has the colors listed. And if you print it two sides, you can actually also see the numbers and the colors in here. And there is just enough room to keep a blender pen and a small pencil sharpener in here. This is my Evernote notebook, and it has every current product. I maintain it that way so as new products come in the new catalogs, I add the notes, and as products retire, I move them into a retired products notebook. I share this notebook so it becomes a searchable catalog. So you can search for anything that comes in a color. These are all the products that come with Tranquil Tide. Or you can search for an image. I was just helping somebody today search for umbrella. So these are all products that have an umbrella in it. Or you can search for things with stripes. So all of these items have stripes in them. You can search for any words. So if you want to say get well, so flourishing phrases might not say get well, but I thought that comfort and healing to you, heartfelt sympathy has a get well kind of message. So you can search for all kinds of things. You can copy notes into a notebook that you create for yourself that has all the products that you own. And then I have my color tools. Now I do have the colors available that you can print on clear labels and make your own paper sampler, but I found that a lot of people find that just too much trouble, so I sell my paper sampler. This is the actual cardstock, and I have printed the color on each of the pieces. I have another color tool. I have printed out so this is the in colors, each color family, and you can put a 1/2-inch circle on here, and it has all the products that come in that color. And so I have those for the Brights collection. Some of them have a space for notes if I had room left over. I also have a one-sheet page that has all the Stampin' Up! Colors, the neutrals, the brights, subtles, regals, and the in colors, all on one sheet. And another color tool that I have for you is I have all the colors. I have used the autocorrect. You can actually use autocorrect to your advantage. I have created shortcuts, so if I type in AART in capital letters, my computer automatically changes it to always artichoke. I have a sample of the color. If you like RGB codes, those are right here. If you need hex codes, I've got the hex codes. I have a magnet on here, and I just post this near my computer so I can refer to that. So you'll see that my projects have pretty detailed directions. It's pretty easy for me to type in to fold the basic black BBLA cardstock CS, and it fixes it for me. And I also do a lot of copy and paste from my Excel spreadsheet, which I will hopefully have posted by the time this video airs. So if you are a demonstrator or a hobbyist, or maybe you're just wanting to sample Stampin' Up! And you want to start out being organized, I have lots of organizational tools for you. If you are like me and had a long wish list from this catalog, and you are not a demonstrator, you might want to consider becoming a demonstrator. It's so easy to join my team. I have a link for you on my website, bevadams.com, and you can save yourself 20 or more % on all the products that you want to buy from this new catalog. Very cool. There is no obligation to be a demonstrator. You don't have to sell anything. You can just join to save money, and you can join for 3 months and then buy all the things that you want to buy, and then just let your demonstratorship lapse. No problem. Or you may decide to stay a demonstrator and put in a minimum order. In the US, it's $300 a quarter. But to tell you the truth, I end up meeting that on my own. So you can keep saving that 20%. Or you might decide to share Stampin' Up! With your friends and start making a little money. That's really basically what I do. I call it supporting my habit. And so I'm not in this to get rich, but I make enough money on my Stampin' Up! To kind of buy all my products for me that I don't have to spend my money on buying the products. That works out great for me. Other people like to put in a lot of energy into their Stampin' Up! Business, and they make enough money to live on and to live well and even support their family on Stampin' Up! It's possible to do. The hardest thing about becoming a demonstrator is to decide how you're going to pay just $99 for $125 of products, plus business supplies. The thing that makes it hard is that you need to buy at least $125 worth of products. Okay, that's not hard, but you can't go very much over that. In fact, if you have an item that costs, say, $3, if you have ordered $129, you'll have to take off a $3 item so that it can be closer to $125. Stampin' Up! Will have some suggestions for you, and I'll have a couple of lists you might want to consider that will make that list easy for you. Or you can decide on anything in the catalog that you want. I'll have more information on that. So come on over to bevadams.com. You can click on Getting Organized and find all my organizational tools. Or you might want to click on Save Money or Make Money and find out more about how you can join my team. Or you can click on my Shop Now button, and I would be very proud if you chose me as your demonstrator when you shop at Stampin' Up! Or you can click on Products by Bev, and you can find the paper sampler, those heavy-duty bags for the 6x6 and the 12x12 paper, and I also have taggers for sale. My taggers give a name for all those layering framelits. I have them for the circles, the ovals, the layering squares, the stitched shapes framelits, the lots of labels, and the sweet and sassy framelits. And you can find all of that at bevadams.com. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my website so you don't miss anything, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.